A heckler directing a sinister message at Buster Murdaugh, right there, the surviving son of convicted killer Alex Murdaugh, as questions surround his involvement, alleged involvement, in the death of a classmate in 2015. The body of Stephen Smith was found in the middle of the road, not far from the Murdaugh family hunting lodge, where Maggie and Paul were murdered. No charges were ever filed, but that could change. Attorney Eric Bland hosts the Cup of Justice podcast and also represented the sons of Murdaugh's late housekeeper who died after falling in their home, allegedly. He joins us now. Eric, thanks for being here. Before this trial, most people probably knew nothing about this case about Buster. You heard that heckler. There's been documentaries highlighting what went down. What's your take on what could be next?
Well, good morning, Pete. Thanks for having me. Buster's in a very difficult spot. You know, he's a true victim here as far as the murders of his mother and brother. And, you know, he just lost his father essentially on Friday when he was sentenced to double life in prison. But there's been the long rumored involvement somehow of a Murdaugh, whether it's him or somebody else in the family that has knowledge, at least, of the death of Stephen Smith. Stephen was a gay young man, a good student, was going to go to college, wanted to be a nurse, and he was found in the middle of a country road in Hampton County. And they said, well, the highway department said he was hit by a car, but there was no broken glass, no car parts. His clothes were intact, his shoes were on, and he had a clear head trauma injury that looked like it was done by something other than a car. And his death went, it was investigated initially, but it was just deemed a car accident. And when in 2021, when they opened the investigation into the death of my client, Gloria Satterfield, they opened an investigation into the death of Stephen Smith. And that is ongoing. And now that Buster's father, Alex, has been convicted, there's a big cry in South Carolina to find out what actually happened to Stephen Smith. Buster himself is going to have to come to grips with, is my father capable of murdering my brother and mother? A jury said so, and he's going to have to look at his future and future in this family.
Well, Eric, is there any connection between a member of the Murdaugh family and Stephen Smith? Where's that connection?
That connection was made by Sandy Smith, the mother of Stephen, who said that Randolph Murdaugh, who is the brother with John Marvin and Alex, he's an attorney with the old PMPD law firm. He supposedly showed up on the accident scene, and according to Sandy Smith, she received a telephone call from him where he offered to represent her, and she was very confused as to why she would need representation. And that is really where we are with what the public knows about that supposed accident. SLED now has been investigating it for a solid 2 years, and nothing has been released. But now you heard on Friday, the public is turning its attention back to that, what we consider to be a murder.
Well, as more details come out, keep us updated. It just seems to be one of those things where a lot of bad things happen around this family. And if
it's peeling the onion, Pete.
Yeah.
It's peeling the onion. You keep peeling it, you find more.
It's incredible. Eric Bland, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You got